Hi, everybody. I wanted to go over something really quick. This is for NAPC6 for the people here. Of course, any mod is welcome to use this. Please forgive the back part of me. My green screen is not all the way behind me, but I felt like it was really important for me to create this video because I do believe that over 2 weeks of trying to communicate over messages and through Discord and on the forums may not be coming across very clearly. And I want to be absolutely clear with what is going on here. So in order for me to do so, I feel like in order to hit every type of target learning that there is, right, all of it, that we have to be able to not only hear something, but see something and be able to replicate it so that you can actually look at this video and actually follow along. You'll be able to understand it, and with the more that you do this, you will actually create mastery. This is because I really want the confusion of how to make our browsers look, how to do our history end, our screenshots, and how to make our shot starts look like. So I'm just going to start with the beginning. We're going to take a look at what a screenshot start should look like. So I want to make sure that we got it going right here. And I'm going to pull this over, make this bigger. Okay, so when you do your browsers, and I know that a lot of us have the 5 browsers minimum. I know one of us is playing 3. That's fine if you want to make sure that it's being done in a specific way. But predominantly, we ask 5 browsers so that we can at least hit the playlists that we're supposed to be responsible for as a group. Now, when you do this, and you can see I have different browsers. From the left to right, you can see I have Chrome running. Then we have our Brave here. I'll go ahead and start annotating. So we have our Chrome right here. We have our Brave right here. This is Vivaldi. Vivaldi is playing Special Teams 2. You can see as I've spaced them out that you can see the playlist that they're actually playing. You can see that every single one of them has the loop on. So I can clearly see that loop was put on there when you were ready to go ahead and start. You can see by the video that it's taken down to its lowest resolution, which should be 144, and that the volume is turned off on all of them. And then you want to shorten them and make them the length of your screen before your screenshots. And you are going to line them up so that I can see exactly what the playlist is, and I can see what video you started off on. And every single time you're playing the same playlist, what gets played should be staggered. So in this first NAPC6, I started with the first video. When I open another browser and I play the NAPC6 playlist again, this time I went down 4 videos and started it there. So it's staggered. And then I opened my third NAPC6 browser, and that video is down the list more, also staggered. We don't want all of the browsers, even though they're open and playing the same playlist, to be playing the same videos. We want them staggered because YouTube algorithms will actually look for people who are doing exactly the same thing and at exactly the same time, and they will quickly look at that as spam, and they may take away watch hours. So we don't want that. So we want that's the reason why we run our browsers a specific way. And we're expecting people to do it in different browsers. You are not logged into YouTube when this is happening. You're not logged into your Google account on any of these browsers that you're going to be using. There should be no login of any kind, right? You are anonymous. So make sure that you are doing that. If you're noticing a lot of spam and you're noticing a lot of issues with your personal YouTube channel, it might be because you're actually watching your own videos in another browser with you logged in, and YouTube will count that against you. So make sure you're not doing that. So this is just how the screenshot starts should look like. Should look just like this. Now, I want to go ahead and show you. Let me take annotate off because I don't want to just draw all over the place. So I'm going to close this. I have to get rid of all of this stuff. So we're just going to clear all of that, clear all the drawings. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to pull up, because I'm currently doing this history right now. So I'm actually going to go ahead and open up this current history. This is what I'm doing right now. This is, I have 2 days worth of history because I played them over a long period of time. So that time gets split up into 2 days as of midnight. And it's easier for me to do this if I just separate it. So if I know that all my hours are going to be on one day, I post it for the one day. If I know that my hours are split between 2 days, I will turn in 2 separate reports for 2 separate days. That way it doesn't confuse me and it doesn't confuse my assistant moderator, and it shouldn't confuse you. So as you see, the very top, it should say SS History End and the date. Let me turn my annotations back on again so we can see it. I don't know if any of you are colorblind. I hope not, but I'm going to be using red. Okay, so you can see here that right here, this is where on the very top, it needs to say SS History End, the date that the browsers were run, how many browsers you ran, and what your watch time is. That is in the title, right? But we're not just taking people's word for granted, because a lot of people might not be doing what they're saying to do, which affects the whole group. So we have proof, which is why we post the history this way. You will open a Word document or a Google Doc. Google Docs are free. And you are going to take your screenshots of each individual browser's history. So here you can see Brave. I played Monetized 2. These are on my laptop browser. So I list it clearly. These are laptop browsers for the day of July 15th only. I played this playlist. So it'll say Brave, right? It'll have what playlist I played. And then my screenshots will follow. So those are my screenshots for Brave for July 15th. This proves that I actually played 15 hours and 30 minutes on July 15th. And that's pretty much all we're asking. We're asking for everything to be clear for me and for the assistant mod, because we're the ones that have to track your participation hours. We do that for 2 reasons. One, if there's people who say they would like to get monetized and they come into this absolutely free project to get the watch hours we need in order to monetize, they have to participate too. We're not going to just give you watch hours and then just have them not play their hours that they agreed to when they came on board, which is why we have to keep everyone accountable. And we do, because it's not fair if you're putting in the efforts to do the right thing and other people are not. So we require that the history be turned in this way. It has been that way since our second meeting with Armand some months ago. This is just how we do things now. So if it wasn't explained to you before, now you know. Okay, so I am about to save this. This is all of the, just for the 15th, right? And I have these laptop browsers. And then when it turns into PC browsers, I say that too, PC browsers, and then I start again. So it is time to save this and convert it to a PDF. And this is how you do that. You can also do this on your Google Docs. You'll go File, I want to save as. I have a place where I save all my screenshot histories. I save them for at least a month or 2, and then I delete everything that's old, so I free up space. So I have my AA YouTube screenshots here, and I'm going to name it exactly what we're supposed to name it for our title. SS History and the date that it ended, the amount of browsers that you are using, and the watch time hours that you had. Time 15 hours, 30 minutes. And you save it like that. But when you're about to save it, you're going to go down to what you save as, and you're going to click PDF. And then we're going to click Save here. And it will open the finished product for you. You can see right here. This is the PDF. Everything's done for you. And it can't be altered because you turned it into a PDF. And this is what you turn in. Now, I have to do two because I had July 15th, but I also have July 16th. So with that, I will go ahead and I will start again. I recommend that you, when you open up a brand new document, you go to Layout, and then you go to Margins, and you go to Narrow. This makes them the smallest you can without causing conflicts. Then you can go back to Home, center your title. You can bold it if you want to. And again, we put, all caps. That is all caps. History and July 16th. Browsers. Oops, that almost got confusing. 16th, 16 browsers, and then watch time. And if you don't know what watch time is yet, because you didn't calculate it, it's easy. So I know the very first thing I start with is my laptop. So I'm going to put my laptop browsers. And then we're starting with Chrome. I open up what my last save screen was going to be so that I can see the order that I submitted my screenshots. That's the order in which I am going to put my history. So you can see here I played 2 Fast Track 3s and we started with Brave. So I have to change this to Brave. And it was Fast Track 3. So we go Fast Track 3. You're going to insert pictures from this device. You're going to find wherever you kept your screen caps at. You're going to look for those histories. Well, that's the wrong place. There we go. You're going to look for the 16th. And you can see here that the 16th stopped right there. So I can go ahead and turn those in. Arrange them in the order that they should be. You can make them just a little bit smaller. Don't worry, I can use something that allows me to be able to magnify what you have. I would like to have everything on one page, but sometimes we can't have that. If we can, then it will populate. If not, then it won't. It looks like in this case, it will not. So we'll just make it bigger again. You can adjust your pictures to be any way that's comfortable for you. Just make sure it's clear to me that it's always clear to me what's coming next. So again, we're going to go Chrome, FT3. We're going to hit Insert Pictures from wherever your screenshots are kept at. All right. And I'm just going to look for only the date that I want to submit for Chrome. So that would be here and here. All right. Oops, that is not it. All right, so here, because you're looking for your watch time, right? This is how you calculate it. So I'll make this a little bigger for you so you can see. Here you can see that this day, because it starts at midnight, right? So technically this started at midnight. So you can go from your 6 minutes and 12:06 and 43 seconds, which is basically a little after midnight when it flipped over to a new video. And then you look at your end time. My end time was 9:57. So that means going from here to here that I played this playlist. There's 6 minutes because you have to round up. You have to average it out so we don't have to do that work for you. So technically this watch list, this browser played Fast Track 3 for 9 hours and 51 minutes. Now you can go ahead and just make that 50 minutes, that's fine. So we know now that for July 16th, these 16 hours, 16 browsers did 6 hours. Oh, I'm sorry, 9 hours. 9 hours and 50 minutes. Right? And this is how I track that everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing and that it's fair and there's an equal amount of stuff going on. This is also how I track your participation points. So your participation points count if you turn in your screenshot starts every day or for every day that you turn it in. For every time you turn in your end history for that day also counts as a point. And I tally all of those up on Saturday. So you make sure you have everything in by Saturday. And then my assistant mod, Jewel, he'll also be contacting you. And then not only do we do this, we also count when you turn in your analytics on Mondays and Thursdays. And then we also count how new your video is. So for a video that's just this week, like every week you have a new video, you get 3 points. If your video is 2 weeks old, we give you 2 points. And if it's older than 2 weeks old, you get 1 point. If it's older than a month, we're not even going to put it on the playlist. That actually creates spam. So this helps to get you ready for when your videos your YouTube channel does monetize, because you will have to keep pumping out the content. That's literally when the real work starts, is after you monetize. We're just helping you with the watch hours. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and put them in our Facebook chat, put them in our NAPC6 chat in Discord, because we do have that also open. You can find me and ask me privately from direct message on Facebook. You can also post questions and any issues that you have in our Zemu forums. And our Zemu forums also have a lot of free information, content, guides that are going to help you improve your videos, improve your SEO and your visibility, and kind of give you some good ideas on how to properly direct your YouTube channel and your content. So I hope this really helped. You guys are doing a great job trying to implement these changes, and I commend you on wanting to take part of this process. I thank you for your time, and everybody who has their videos here, truly we appreciate everything that you do. And if you would like to be on Fast Track 1, Fast Track 2, Fast Track 3, it does list in the forums how you get there, and it's purely on how much you put out, how well we can count on you to do your part in a group, and how active you become in this Zemu project. So have a great day, and I will talk to you guys later.